Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mr. Melee89 here, aka Alex, with another video. I've had some recent requests on how I use Streamlabs and how I make my streams look the way they do with different elements. So I thought I'd make a quick video that hopefully unlocks some creativity for you guys. If there's anything you want to know more of or any topics you'd like me to cover in the future, let me know down in the comments. Now, this is the first time I've ever actually captured my computer screen while in the software that I'm using to demonstrate. It was a little complicated to figure out myself, I'm going to be honest, but bear with me here as I hopefully teach you guys something maybe you didn't know before. So when you first open Streamlabs, and by the way, that's what I'm using, so this might work for OBS as well. It's just general how to add layers, which I would think it works the same way, but you can let me know down in the comments. So this is already a pre-made setup, but when you open Streamlabs, you're going to see these are going to be empty, except for your first one, untitled, right? These scenes are based up of all of your sources, and this is your audio mixer based on what sources you have added. So, for instance, I have this Yeti mic here, and you can see the Yeti mic bouncing there. You can change the volume of it, you can mute it with a click, you can hit properties, add filters, noise gates, all of that fun stuff. But let's get started with some simple things here. If you're in your first scene, you want to add the sources. The sources are anything that you want. Your game capture, your webcam, your alert boxes, your smoke in the background, your icons up top. And to get started with all that, you hit the plus button to add a new source. And what I like about Streamlabs is it actually shows you what you're adding. So you can see image, browser source, I mean everything. Everything you can imagine is here. You just got to create it enough. If you were to click media too, it would show you the type of medias you can support. You can actually have a video playing in the background on your stream whenever you want. But the easiest way to get started is to add an image as a layer. So you would add a new source. Now these are the ones that I already have uploaded. But if you're not going to see these when you first start. So you're going to add a new source, and then you just make it something random. Okay, you can name it whatever you want. Okay, and then it's going to take you to a browser. We're going to add this little gradient guy right here. Okay, boom, there you go. He's on the screen now. Ta-da! And you can click and drag him. You can also scale him. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now, rotating it on Streamlabs, not super sure. You can do 90-degree angles. I'm not sure you can click and, pivot it, if that makes sense. So whatever you want to do with this guy. So let's say this is what you wanted your webcam background to be or whatever, right? You gotta click, oh, but now you can't see me. Okay, so something important about your layers. When you come down to sources here, these top to bottom are closest to you further away in the background. So you need to make sure that whatever you're adding gets moved behind the source you don't want it to block. So in this case, I don't want it in front of the webcam. Boop, there we go. Now you're gonna need to mess around by right-clicking either down here on the source or physically on the source. Now I don't recommend clicking up here once you've moved it because of this. Well, I have it unlocked. Let's see. My webcam was unlocked, right? And both of these are now unlocked. If I go to click and try to move this box, I could very well easily click on my source here and drag and move my webcam, messing that up. So for ease of access, you either move it right away or you lock all the sources you're not currently trying to move. And that way you can't accidentally click and move anything but what's unlocked, which is, in this case, this gradient blue block here. So now that we have everything, let's rotate them, okay? Right click on them, transform. Now, one of the things too, when you first add your Elgato capture, it's also not going to be automatically in place. It'll probably be in the center of the screen, but it won't fill the whole screen. Easy way to fix that would be to fit to screen or stretch the screen. Try fit to screen first, and it'll detect what it can do. See, right there. But it's not filling the whole screen, so you might want to do stretch the screen. Pop! There you go, see? You can do that. Now, we don't need it that big, so we're going to take this back down. But see, that's what we're working with right now. But again, you see what I mean? Not a perfect square now, it's a rectangle more. So you'll have to play with crop and settings a lot, transform, and then you can always rotate. We're gonna rotate it. Let's do 90 degrees, right? Or no, I like the light color better. Let's do the other one. Rotate. Yeah. Okay. But you're gonna have to mess around with the transform to get it perfect. This is just to show you. Make it whatever. Okay. So another tip that I would have, along with that cropping, make sure you put, if you're using a webcam, this is all if you're using a webcam. See how my hands are outside of that zone? So I always play around with it and try to find your edges of where things are, and then you can move with the actual directional pad. Right? Get it to match. And do that on both sides, top and bottom. So now, whoopsie, it's not on perfectly, is it? Move it one more. See? Now it looks like you're in the box. So if you do that for the top, oh look, I did for the top. Look, top, sides. You gotta get this side, of course. But move it around, and then once you like what you've got, you can, it's gonna take some time practicing on your crop and how big you want things on the screen, what's important for you. So we're gonna hide that. We're done with that for now. What was that? Something random, right? Yeah, we don't want that right now. Okay. Same way with removing. You hit the minus, you can remove it and delete it. So that's adding an image. You do that with every layer, right? So that was, let's say I wanted to add that smoke, right? The smoke started out as a GIF, and then I stretched it, stretched the screen, I think it was. And now that covers my entire background. And then again, I have that behind all of my other layers because I want every other layer on top of it, if that makes sense. That way, if I don't move it above Mr. Melee disappears, right? And then the CGC logo disappears, and then the webcam banner disappears, right? So you want it at the very bottom. But like I said, this works with everything. So if you want to add, I've got an alert box, right? So I clicked on, I'll show you what I have here. Let's see, with the chat box, we got chat box, right? That's where it's at. Can't see it because nobody's commenting right now. We're not live, but if I were to hit settings on it, will these work? Okay, yeah. See, that's the demonstration of what it looks like when they come through. You can do everything from visual, themes, clean, box, Twitch, old school, chunky. Play around with them. See what they look like. You can change your font, text color, font size, chatta. Hide command, you can hide them if you don't want them to show when they do like chat commands, which I don't know why you want that. But this is, yeah. You have all kinds of, where is my, it's not what I want. Where is my, let's go to properties. Why isn't it showing me my, maybe because I'm not connected to Facebook right now. Hold on. I should be able to see this. Properties, filters, transform. Again, that's the same properties that you're going to use for every source, that you can group things together, group. So like I said, this would actually be really helpful for your background of your webcam and your webcam itself. Once you get them exactly right, I would group them together. That way when you move one, you move both, and then you don't have to mess with them again. So that's a really good thing to use as well. And for whatever reason, I can't find... It's not filters, yeah. I can't find it, maybe because we're not live. It won't let me mess with my settings on my Twitch here. Visual settings. Why isn't it doing that? That's weird. Oh, I'm under, I'm an idiot, sorry. No, we're looking for the alert box. Same thing goes for the alert box. I was trying to show you guys how I import my media into that. Let's see if I found it. Hello, there we go. I promise, I know what I'm doing sometimes. Anyways, so here's which ones I have selected. Donations, likes, and this is set for, this is linked to my Facebook. So Facebook has certain settings, Twitch has totally different ones. But yeah, you got stars, likes, shares. So you would click on any of these. You can add, take away. Let's say likes. Let's go to my likes one, right? There's my GIF. Now I made this in a, again, if you guys want to know, I'll tell you at the end of this video some areas you can go for some software that's free. That's really, really helpful for some creative ideas. But anyways, you would click whatever you wanted to add, and then this is the way that it can look. It can be whatever your image or GIF is, and then the lettering beside it. underneath it, or through it. Now I like through it because both these options are great depending on what kind of art or image or video you're using, though. These can take up a lot of your screen space. I mean, mine already does, but that's because I like at least the font's big enough for people. But anyways, I choose this one so that it takes up the least amount of space. Your title message is set up already. So and so, it'll formulate who it is, has liked the stream. You can customize this whatever you want it to say. You can change the font whatever you want it to be, as well as the size, the weight, and the colors. Now I'm on Facebook, so I picked the closest Facebook color. I think I looked this up. It was the Facebook color at the time. It might not be now. I don't know. That doesn't look quite right, but you can look up the actual color code and then put in the colors. So if you're on Twitch, you could do exactly the Twitch. You can do whatever you want. I just thought since I'm on Facebook, I want it to look like Facebook. Media, again, this is my media that I picked. You can change media. Okay, and then these are different options. Now they actually start you out with some stock files. Images. Okay, nope, these are, okay, yeah, so there are some already on Streamlabs. That's also what's nice about starting with Streamlabs. You can get some custom stuff already there starting. You know, they got some pretty funny stuff, depending on what your look to be, right? But if you don't want to use any of theirs, you can always upload, drag and drop files wherever you have them. So I uploaded these, I recorded these on another software, and then I uploaded them, and then you would just select them, right? You would select them. I'm gonna hit cancel so I don't overwrite that. And then they'll show up down here, and then your sound is separate. So you do an animation, your video, your GIF, whatever, your image. It can be a still image too. And then your sound file. Again, same process. You would add anything that you have downloaded, or they also have stock sounds that you can try out. And then you would just hit copy, and you would set done. And then the volume is important. Now this is, again, trial and error. You want it to be loud, but not too loud, not overpowering. So that's what mine is set at, because I don't want it to be too loud. Another thing to keep an eye on down here, you can see, here, let me drag this. You can see my Yeti mic going off here. Okay, but your chat box, your alert box has its own volume too. So you can do one or two things. You can crank this boy all the way up and then control it from here. Or you can set it here so that having it all the way up will be manageable. It's however you want to do it, really. So yeah, and you would do the same thing for stars and shares and follows, and add some of your own personality to it. You know, you can use the stock ones, like I said, or search around for your own theme, whatever your theme may be, or make your own, and I'll show you how to do that later. Actually, I won't show you. I'll tell you. If you guys want to see me do it, I'll make another video of that. So that's, and then you would, again, you could stretch it. Be careful when you're stretching it. You don't want it to be stretched, if that makes sense. You know, I've done that too, so that's why I'm telling you guys. You don't want it to be too stretched. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Mess around. You want a good thing to have is an alert box and a chat box if you like it. Your audio source, your webcam if you have one, and then your game capture, of course. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can show you guys from here. It's already a 13-minute video, so if you see anything or you saw me hint or talk about a topic you want to learn more about, please let me know in the comments below. I will tag the software that I use. You guys should try them out. They're free. I would recommend Adobe, which is a Spark, which is an Adobe product, for free. You just sign up with an email. You can create all kinds of things for free on that. Another one is Canva. Canva you can send for free with an email account. And these things allow you to make anything from borders for your webcams to, you could customize something with your gamer tag on it and just add it as a layer. You know, if your stream, you make it 1920, you know, by 1080, whatever. Or yeah, 1920, 1080, right? And then you could just add that as a layer and put it in the background, put it behind everything so that it shows you, or on top of things, on top of your webcam, whatever you want. Another thing for the alerts that I did with the thumbs up and the drinking and the stars, again, that's your own creativity. Check out unscreen.com. I recorded those with my phone on a tripod in front of this green screen. Well, you don't see the green screen, but it's behind me. And then upload those little clips, video clips, onto unscreen.com. It'll take out the background automatically. You can also replace the background if you want. You don't even have to have a green screen for that. It works as well as it can determine the background. So as long as you're far enough away from whatever, if you don't have a green screen, as long as you're far enough away from it, it will still detect the background. And I think you can actually edit a little bit manually too once it does it. So if it didn't get it quite right, you can brush it up. And then save those files, upload them to here, and put them in your alerts. So those are all kinds of ideas. Like I said, I'll tag those three things so you guys can check those out as well. But that's it for me. This has been hopefully a helpful video for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.